And I do believe that the chances are very high that Curry's going to come back 100%, that the Warriors aren't going to have any issue, and that they're going to be the team representing the West in the finals. The thing that I do believe is the first thing. The thing that I believe is more likely to happen is the Cavs not even making the Eastern Conference Finals. If the season ends and they're in a position where they have to face the 76ers in the first round, that's going to be a tall order. Now, most people feel that it's going to be Raptors and Cavs in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm here to tell you, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think this is going to be an early exit for the Cavs. I don't believe that the Cavs will make the Eastern Conference Finals this year. I don't. That's a team that the past 30 games has been leaning on LeBron. It's a team that deep down knows that, and a GM and owner that knows that they are preparing for life after LeBron. And they believe, at least I think they believe like everybody else believes, this is not a team that is capable of matching up with the Warriors in the finals. LeBron can only get you so far. And too many people feel that, well, it's going to be playoff LeBron. You know, he's going to wipe through these guys. Well, the Raptors are better. The 76ers are better. Now, I said this before Kyrie got announced that he would be out for the remainder of the season. So obviously, the only two teams, when you look at it on paper, that legitimately have a shot of eliminating the Cavs to not even make it to the Eastern Conference Finals would be the 76ers or Raptors. So I'm going to change this a little bit. I do believe that the Cavs will represent a team in the Eastern Conference Finals, but I don't believe they will represent the East in the finals. So I'm changing this a little bit. And the only reason I'm changing it is because Kyrie is done for the season. So I don't think that the Rockets are going to represent the West in the finals. I think that's going to be the Warriors unless they have a major injury issue occur. But I do believe for 100% that the Cavs will not come out of the East. I don't think that this is a team that is playoff caliber. I don't think that this is a team that is going to match up well against the Raptors or the 76ers for 7 games. I think they'll make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, but they won't come out of it. I do believe you will have at least one new team in the finals this year. And I think there's a good chance that that could be the Raptors. We'll have to see how this all plays out. I think it's going to be interesting playoffs. But I think there's a very good chance that the Cavs do not represent the East in the finals. And when you look at the standings, I believe there's, 10 games left on the regular season, something like that. The East is pretty much set. The only thing that isn't set is the seeding. We know that the Raptors, Celtics, 76ers, Cavs, Pacers, Heat, Bucks, and Wizards are locked in the playoffs. Everybody else is eliminated. The only thing that isn't a lock is the seeding. And like I said, with Kyrie being done for the season, there's going to be a lot of, especially lower seeded teams, that are going to try to get in a position where they can sit there and go, what's our easiest path? Where do we need to be seeded to get our easiest path to the Eastern Conference Finals? In the Wizards, this is a team that's fallen off dramatically. They're an 8th seed right now. John Wall was out for a while. Now he's back, and they're actually not playing any better with him. And a lot of people thought that the Wizards this year could be the surprise team in the East. That they could be the one team that could legitimately beat the Cavs. Now that's not looking like the case. But again, this is a Cavs team that knows. We knew when they did that big trade offload that they were trying to get a team that could at least do something in the playoffs, but more what they were doing there was sending a message. And they were sending a message of, look, we know that LeBron is more than likely gone. And we know we got to start looking ahead. And we know that when you look at this team, this is not a team that would match up well at all against the Warriors in the finals. In my opinion, this is not a team that matches up good against the Raptors or the 76ers in the playoffs. This is not a team that is built to win a 7-game series. The Raptors and 76ers are. The 76ers have spent the last 5 seasons trying to build a team that is a 7-game series, that is a playoff-ready team. And it seems like the Raptors every year are a high seed, but dwindle out early. I don't think that this is going to be the case this season. I do believe you're going to have a new team representing the East in the finals this year. For the West, the Rockets lock up the 1 seed. Warriors, Portland, Jazz, New Orleans, Spurs, Thunder, and Timberwolves are currently your 8. But the Nuggets are only 1 game back, and the Clippers are only 2 games back. The Thunder at 7 is not safe with 10 games left. And you look at that team: Paul George, Russell Westbrook, Steven Adams, Carmelo Anthony, a lot of talent. You could make the argument that if the Thunder do miss the playoffs, which is a possibility, that they would be the most talented team to ever miss the postseason. And if you remember, going into this season, it wasn't the Rockets that everybody was saying was going to be the team to contend with the Warriors in the West. It was the Thunder. That hasn't been a team to mix well. It's like I've said before, you can grab all the top superstars that you want, but if you don't have the right coaching and you don't have the right formula, and I'm not saying that Billy Donovan isn't coaching these guys right, but if you don't have the right chemistry and formula, you can have all the superstars that you want. Doesn't mean that you're going to be a dominating team. And we've seen that with the Warriors this season. We've seen that with the Thunder this season. Steven Adams, Carmelo Anthony, Westbrook, George, all that talent, all those superstars, and they're right now a 7th seed with the possibility of not making the playoffs. Now, I do think they'll make it, but I do believe there's one team right now outside of the West that's going to get in, and I think that's the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets this season are the little team that could. Nobody expected them to do much. I think most people expected they were going to be like the Hawks and the Grizzlies, that they were going to tank. But now here they are with a chance to get an 8 seed. So I think when you look at it right now in the West, I think the Thunder will make it. I don't think they'll last long, but they'll get one of those 2 final seeds. But I think when you got to look at a team that's on the outside looking in right now, it's the Denver Nuggets. It's the Denver Nuggets, and they could be that team that knocks out the Timberwolves for that 8th and final spot. But if the Thunder do miss, it would definitely be the most talented team to ever miss the postseason. Panthers Davis suspended 4 games for violating the NFL's PED rule. Steve Spurrier has joined the Alliance of American Football. He will be the Orlando team's head coach. The Los Angeles